I love it. He's got coffee. You need coffee and cookies
And donuts.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Apple cider. This is the only time of the year you can get them to, really, where they're good.
Where they're good, yeah, pretty much.
Dips and stuff.
Nancy ran down and got us some.
Yeah, they've gotten so small
Yeah.
and the price is going up.
Prices.
It's like, okay. It's like potato chips, go buy them. You pay more for the bag and you open
It's the
it up
other
and
day
you
I'm
look down and you got a, maybe not even a half of a bag now.
Yeah, we have one, there's one brand of potato chips that we'd like to get. They cost,
I love Mrs.
they're
Fisher's.
$16 a bag.
I told my daughter once.
And I'm Mrs. Fisher's. I have been on them since we used to deliver them boxes.
Hebron
Oh,
Road.
God.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like every time
She brings
I
the
don't like them in the
donuts,
grocery store
apple
because they,
crumb pie,
even though they've got
regular apple
expiration
pie,
dates
and a
way out,
pumpkin
they're
pie,
still
and I looked
kind
at her
of
and
going
said,
over
it's
to
me and your
Rockford.
father.
A lot of
Pick 'em
pie.
up.
What time's cake and ice, or pie and ice cream?
Yeah. I told her, gosh, it'll take us forever, so half of it ended up in the freezer.
That's okay, for some other time.
Some other time. She said, well, as long as I was there, I didn't want to pass anything out.
I don't like to go to that one Edwards on weekends because it's so.
So crowded.
So
That's what she said, it
Yeah.
was so busy.
And,
Every
but
time.
I'll go during the week, it's not.
Not half as bad.
Okay, I found it.
You got it.
I found it.
I am just so exhausted lately, it's driving me insane. It's like I have no energy.
I'm cleaning myself.
I had done the day I went home and took 2 hours in.
But that's like, cause I got home at 1
It's a
o'clock this
farce.
morning. I was gonna say,
It is
you're
a
always
farce.
bumming around somewhere.
I
Oh,
got
yeah, I was at the game
questions.
last night.
Some game, someplace.
We adopted, we do with the state.
I said,
Mhm.
oh,
The state.
Karen, you're looking for punishment tomorrow morning when you gotta get up and open up that restaurant.
Who do we listen to when it comes to commercial? The state?
And I said,
And because some of them contradict each other.
Yeah, so you have the opportunity to go directly to the state if you want. In 2018, it was brought up because of Jessica and Jared about the size of the building,
No,
that they gave Jerry the, can't think, words are hard to get.
I'm lost.
Even though it's sunny, it's one of those days where you just zone. I haven't been zoning all day long. It's like, look at something and
You know, my mind just kept shifting all day, you know, so I could start
I remember
doing
they
something,
being talking about.
and then I get sidetracked on something else, and then forget to go back to what I was originally doing.
I don't remember this, I don't know where this came from.
Oh, yeah, right.
I wanna know.
There was a song in the 80s, it was I Wanna Rock. I wanna
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking yesterday.
From my
I should've been
generation.
today,
Yeah.
but I had the ultrasound. Oh, so I wasn't able, cause I was early in the day, but I still, the meeting today, I couldn't make it. So, this week's biopsy, I kinda wish the biopsy happened this week. That would have been more definitive than the ultrasound. Felt like I wasted my time today. Yeah, I couldn't be with them. So, yeah, I know.
it took me 3 months to have these, for them to set a date to take a gallbladder out, because they sent me for an
Okay.
ultrasound, they sent me for I had to go down to Rockford and be scoped, because they wanted to know what they were dealing with.
It's such a drawn out process.
I know.
The doctor said, oh, you know, she was definitive, you've endometrial cancer. But then, you know, you have to wait to get the ultrasound, and then I didn't have a gynecologist, so I had to wait to get it. And then the biopsy I put on, so. And geez, let's get on with it, get it done.
I know we are, I was just thinking that same thing, we are such a lively group here. We still have another minute or two, don't we?
Really? We between them.
All right.
You
All
couldn't
right, we
be
have
in the
5
door.
o'clock, so
And
why
like,
don't we
I
go
worked
ahead
as a team, I
and
thought, yeah, out of here.
call the General Operations Committee to order.
Did she get a good turnout?
Want me to
Do a roll call, please.
Marge Drexler,
Yeah, I'm here.
Karen Greeley,
Here.
Amanda Rose, Sherry Farnham,
Here.
and me.
We're all here. Okay, the first thing that we wanted to talk about was get some kind of an update as far as the recordings from Amanda.
Yep, so I looked into, equipment and I talked to a few other people. So if you wanted to go with the whole, like, streaming setup with a camera, laptop, all that, you know, you can run up to $1,500. There's other municipalities who, you know, everybody has one of these, I have two. So I'm recording right now, doing a test, seeing how well voices pick up. You can also, get very inexpensive directional microphones. I don't know how it's gonna pick up with, like, my back to it. When we're up there and we have the mics on, it should be better. So if we can hear it like this, it might be fine. Otherwise, I'll get a directional microphone. I have multiple, tripods. And, I looked into the YouTube account, so you can do, just basically go live, and then that recording will automatically be up on YouTube. All you need is 50 subscribers. I don't think you're gonna have a problem getting 50 subscribers. You can create, you know, a Village of Sharon, or, you know, kind of like the Sharon Residence Forum page, where it's not backed up by the village, it's a volunteer base. So I think we can do this volunteer-wise. Just get a handful of people that are willing to use their phone, stick in the microphone if needed, and log into that website and upload the meetings. And then that way, there's no editing going on. If we ever go in a closed session, you just end the live stream, and then that's it. So then people can watch live, or they can watch it after the fact. And I think that would be the best way to go. It'll be free, hands-off for the village, and it'll just be volunteer-based.
Sounds good to me.
Jamie and I are going to do a webinar, by Civic, and like I said, there's more to this. It's actually what is called Everything You Need to Know About Accessibility and Social Media, the federal laws, how to be compliant with social media, how to make your social media posts and content accessible, why it's important to have accessible contact, and other things that go along with that, and that's on the 28th at 1 o'clock. And it's for all digital content, including social media, and to be fully accessible. So,
Well, I would think that, I mean, the YouTube sounds about the best to me right now at this point, but I would say before we make any kind of a final decision as far as pushing it to the board for acceptance, I think maybe it would be within our best interest to know the ins and outs of what it would be as far as legality and that is concerned. So I would say maybe we hold off until after this webinar.
I don't know, as far as the village getting involved, yes, I think if it's a personal thing, if somebody's just gonna do it, I don't know that that's an issue, I don't know, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, if it's volunteer-based, it's
Yeah.
residents or myself doing it, anybody can record these meetings.
Yeah.
So then, like I said, then if you're taking it off the table where the village isn't responsible for it, it's just whether or not a volunteer wants to be at each meeting to make sure they're recorded. I mean, if the village wants to have that, so they have control over it, you know, it can be in addition to, or, you know.
Okay, so maybe what we could do, what I'm thinking right now is go along with the YouTube, the volunteer, and then when we get a little bit further, see how this works out, and then if we want to go a little more expensive or a little more further into it, then the webinar will fill us in on everything else that we need to know. Okay, So at this point, then I would think that we would need a motion to go ahead and give the information to the village board and see if they would approve for us to go ahead with doing it on the volunteer basis with YouTube.
Should we do that though?
Yeah, I
No,
don't think you know the village to approve it. I think the village should wait until after you guys get
Until
information
afterwards?
and this committee makes a decision whether or not it's going to be village-based and backed and funded versus
Volunteer.
Yeah,
If
I
it's
think-
volunteer, it's volunteer.
Yeah.
To me, it's out of this committee, it's out of the
committees around
boards.
that.
The
Yeah.
volunteers go do what they want to do or need to do.
The board
Um,
can't say that we can't record as well.
Correct.
Right,
Right.
And
but I hate
Have
for
no
them to say that we
jurisdiction.
can at this point, you know.
Right, because you're not
Right.
set up for it, right?
Okay, so then we'll just move ahead with it then on a trial basis. Does everybody agree with that? As far as this committee is concerned?
Yes.
Okay.
Hair company or hair company?
Hair company is calling you.
I gotta reschedule my hair appointment, it's important.
Okay, so we don't have to take any kind of a vote or anything on that, then we're just all in agreement to move ahead with it.
Good thing that happened.
Okay, and then the next part on our agenda is reviewing the building permit. Now, I know what they basically had wanted us to review as far as the building permit is concerned is the actual time limit.
I didn't know if that's all, you had, I didn't, or
Well,
what you were
I-
thinking.
As I was going through the ordinance, then I highlighted a few other things, but I should have reread this when I was at home, got my head on straight, but basically, what I did find was, like in the zoning, when you put, like, you're putting up a garage, and you have to get the approval from zoning and get the zoning permit first. Well, in the zoning part of it, it says that you have 6 months to actually start the project, and then 18 months to finish it, which would give you the 24 months, the 2 years. In comparison to the building permits, it only states 1 year. I think it needs to be updated
The
to 2,
years, yeah, I agree.
so that it's uniform across both ordinances, for one. Do you have any other comments on that?
You know where that is?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what we were even discussing.
Okay, hold
So I
on, let
didn't
me
go
find
through
it.
each one.
Okay, it's in section 103-29, building permits, section H, number 2, permit lapses.
I don't even have an H.
I got it.
10329,
103-29, building permits. E, F, G,
oh, here it is.
H.
Keeping the starting basically within 6 months, but then you have 2 full years.
2 full
It's up
years
here
to
where I can't
complete
see
it
it.
instead of just 1.
Make it issue.
And in reference to the zoning portion of it, it was in 111-32, number 5. Just as your reference, it says expires 6 months unless the work has commenced. And then within 18 months, which, like I said, gives you the full 24.
So that's right in the zoning?
It's right, it's correct in the zoning,
Okay.
but not in the.
you could change zoning and leave the building permit 1 year. So it's not right or wrong, it's just which way do you wanna,
Whichever
you want
way
it
they
to
want
be
to look at it.
consistent,
Yeah.
so.
Say,
But then we discussed last week that, most villages have a 2-year instead of a 1 year.
Right.
People more, a little more flexibility.
gives them a little bit more flexibility. I mean, especially for the people that do the work themselves, they don't always
Right, and
complete
they
it
don't have
within a
to run
2-year
down here and
span.
get a building permit after a year again.
This actually, as far as what I'm reading, is only 18 months, because you have to start the work
But
within
Within 6 months and complete it within 18 months after you started it.
No, after the issuance of the permit.
Whoa,
Yeah.
So
That's in the
that's
zoning.
in the
okay, so I
zoning.
read that wrong.
So it should either be 24 months or 2 years, however you wanna write it.
Right, I think it should be the 24 months, 2 years. So then that one would have to be changed to, 2 years.
Was that the 29? 11?
Yeah. Come on, that's good.
11, the 10329 is for the
Building
building
code.
permits.
Okay, what's the other one?
For the zoning permits, it's 111-32, number 5.
Okay, so that one we need to change the 18 months to
24 months.
24 months.
Should we send that to planning commission, since they are the governing body of the zoning?
Yeah.
And that was, what section, 111, what?
111-32, number 5.
But we can go ahead and do the one for next week for the building.
Okay, so then what we need is a motion to send it to board to change the building permit time limit to 24 months or 2 years.
I'll make a motion to change the building permit time limit to 2 years.
I second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we need to make a motion to send the other portion of it to the planning commission to review? Or no?
They don't have to.
They don't have to. Okay, and now we're on to the planning commission recommended ordinance amendments.
We're not gonna do
Answer my
number
question.
3, they're not ready for that one yet. But I gave you copies of the ordinances. They're very simple changes. They weren't simple to do, but a lot of numbers. You got my whining.
So I wasn't at the planning commission meeting. What was the discussion? Why were these brought forward as changes?
I wasn't at that one this month either.
It was a request of the chair to do that, also, with the zoning administrator.
But for what reason? Like, I'm just, like, I like kind of how it's written right now, where you can be as close as 10 feet, but you need to have a minimum of 25, so that you're not 10 foot, because 10 feet's quite a short distance. It's not an uncommon thing to have those setbacks on the side yards. I just hate for, you know, to see all our neighborhoods, what's left of the undeveloped lots, just these squished houses in there when
Okay,
most people have bigger side yards right now.
well, I'll share that with the planning commission, but this is their recommendation. It's based on Jerry Anderson's, agreement and approval. Most other municipalities are uniform with the state's UDC. It's 10 and 10 for both dwellings, so it's 20 feet between all, houses. So it does shorten it up a little bit. If you had a house that had 10 feet on their left side and you did 10 feet on your right side, your side by side, you still only have 20 feet. For whatever reason, they decided that they liked the idea of being uniform with the states.
Jane,
10 and
wasn't there
10.
Didn't they also, because I was at that meeting, wasn't also mentioned that there's a lot that are already like that,
Correct.
and
A lot.
So how was that, how did that come about? Are they, like, what year were those houses built? Because
I don't know, we didn't discuss those details. It was on the recommendation of the zoning administrator. And new houses are coming up to build over there in that same district. that they are at 10 feet currently. So the zoning administrator thought that it was a good idea, along with Jerry Anderson, to change our zoning code to have 10 and 10. That's how it came about.
It also makes it difficult for the 66-foot lots
Right.
to get a house on the 66-foot lots with 25 feet.
Without turning.
Or, I mean, it's going up instead of out, like, there's, if you only have a certain size lot, then you can only build a certain size house. It goes, I don't know, I'm not a fan of shortening the side yards.
Okay, I must be lost here because I don't see where this is at.
It's on a decision, but
It's 61 and then it's Is it under yards? Yeah, it's under yards. Section B. So right now it's, there shall be a minimum side yard not less than 10 feet on a side nor less than 25 feet total for both side yards. So you have to have 25 feet in a combination of both sides. So like one could be as close as 10 and then the other one could be as close as 15, or you could have a variation of that, no closer than 10 and no less than 25.
Okay, I'm looking at it as, comparison to what my yard is right now, so that way I can understand
Yeah.
it better. And it's like from the side yard to my pool house, I know that's a 10-foot width, but then, I don't know what the gentleman is next door to me, I would say he's probably only about 10 feet as well. I'm 25 feet from the roadway.
And there's different setbacks from road and backyards, and because you're on a corner lot, they're a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Just like what's your front, or
We need
what's your
you.
side, what's your back.
You do.
Yeah, I need my zoning thing to tell
Your
me
house
that.
was also built a very long time ago. There
Yeah,
was no
so this
zoning
would
at
be,
that time.
yeah, this would just be going forward then with new build.
My concern, like, our zoning is kind of a mess, and I think we should probably do an overhaul of it. Just in general to keep things a little more uniform, and it seems like our zoning is not followed. People seem to have continuously done things outside of zoning for a while.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you said we're not talking about it tonight, but like the downtown zoning is not followed at all. As far as like the dwelling sizes, first floor apartments, there's lots of those.
They are looking at that part too, the planning
The
commission is going to-
non-ground
yeah.
floor apartments, they
They're
I
are.
mean,
look at that,
you got,
yeah.
this place right here got converted to just a house when it was zone business. So, I mean, I've raised concerns to our zoning administrator, and she said, file a complaint, or I'm not gonna do anything about it, basically. And so, I don't want to go around and filing complaints against everybody, but it seems like the downtown, and if the downtown gets away with not following zoning, I'm assuming everybody else who's built houses is not followed as well. Because who's looking at that? If we already have houses that are
I
10
think
feet
that
or
this is a
closer.
discussion to have with Plan Commission, because they are the governors of the zoning board. If you have specific areas and examples, then I'm certainly glad to bring that before Mark to have discussion at planning and zoning. General ops, this isn't your governing area for the zoning, not to be disrespectful or anything. And to overhaul, we already paid a lot of money to overhaul the whole entire ordinance book. You just wanna look at the zoning right now. There's other tools that we can use in addition to the zoning ordinance, which is called the comprehensive plan. And that also covers what you're talking about, the multi-use.
The multi-use properties, I was surprised that when we did
Correct.
have the comprehensive
But these are all,
plan, that we didn't at least address
these
it
are all
back then.
things that should go before plan commission, and the concerns and the areas that you would like addressed, we certainly can discuss that. I'll take it to Mark if you wanna send me a list of areas that you had concerns on.
Yep, I can talk about that one, that's for sure. It's just, like I said, I've seen it firsthand, not being followed. And reading through it, it's not written in a way that's comprehensive like other municipalities are. So I don't know when these were all drawn up, we spent a lot of money and time revamping them. They're just a little bit vague, and when things are vague, they don't get followed.
Can I interject as just an outsider? Why would you wanna revamp something when nobody's following the rules for any of it now? I mean, why spend money to,
Who are you gonna have?
it's not being,
Yeah,
they're not being followed now. So just leave it alone and just do
I
it how
do
well
agree
it
with you that there are some issues downtown. I agree with you, and that place is one of them, and you're not the first person to bring it up. I think nobody knows exactly what to do with it right now.
But
Well,
it's
when
in
we
your
did
book.
get the comprehensive
read-
plan, that was
Yeah,
one of their
guys, I
suggestions.
went down the rabbit hole. I went down 2 rabbit holes. Because when I came in, I was talking to Jamie. Jamie says, well, you go to state and look up that other one. Who do we follow? Do we follow the state when it's commercial like downtown, or do we follow the village? With,
the village has their own zoning ordinance. If
And what
it's not
about-
addressed in there, then you look at the state's code.
okay, so if it's not addressed,
If it's not
in the
addressed in the
village,
village,
In
then
the
you look
village
in the
ordinance,
state.
then
okay, cause I know the state was saying one thing and we were saying something else, and I'm going, well, okay, what do you do? So
municipalities can be stricter than the state.
but we're not.
I'm just stating that we can be
Okay.
stricter than the state, or, have variances from the state,
Okay,
stricter.
all right. I guess.
And I'm in favor with the recommendation that was made by the comprehensive plan. And that was the recommendation that they had made to make the minimum amount of the business district as a multiple use zone, because of the fact that it already is a multiple use, with different types of retail, as well as the apartments, as well as the restaurants. It's already multiple, so why not state it that within the zoning, so then that would eliminate a lot of the question marks, as far as the business people are concerned.
I don't think you need to change the zoning when the business, the B1 and B2 allow for housing on the upper floors. It just needs to be written a little more cohesively and then enforced. Whatever it is, it needs to be enforced because it's a free for all.
It's
And
a possibility
what-
as well.
what is the problem with allowing contractors and developers to come in and kind of dictate what our code is and say, well, we wanna build a house of this size, or we wanna buy these lots that are this size and do this with them? It's a race to the bottom. Like, we should have a vision of what our village looks like, and the housing and that sort of thing. And if you go for quantity over quality, you end up with more people, more houses, but if they're smaller, it's going to be smaller tax base, it's going to be, with more supply, you have less demand, and that then puts strains on our resources. So it might just seem like a simple 5-foot change, but all of these things have multiple effects. And I think not seeing the bigger picture and just, well, somebody asked for it, the plan commission has, one meeting to discuss for a few minutes, and then it gets passed on. It really needs to be more comprehensive, more eyes and thoughts on it, not just a quick, brought up at one meeting, passed at the next. That's my opinion.
I see some of your point, but
I do too.
these 66-foot lots are the old lots. They're the original lots. There's not very many of them left. 3 down on Baldwin right now. There's not that many. And your newer zoning, like Eastview, is for a larger lot. So when that comes in, they're doing the the larger lot zoning, these are things that have been zoned this way. There is a couple of lots, 66-foot lots, that got sucked up into a zoning, like 2, I think, instead of 3, right?
But all of them are the same, whether it's R1, R2, like you have them all written the same, so it's not like you're changing for one.
No, but you're gonna have, what's, RS1?
It's the size of the lot.
It's the size of the
That
lot.
makes the big difference.
So you, say you've got an 85-foot lot, you're gonna have, even if they put it 10 feet on this side, then you're gonna have 75 feet to put your house, you know what I mean? And they're not likely to build it on the lot line when you have a lot that big. Out there at Eastview, the trend right now seems to be combining 2 lots. So you've got even more frontage than that.
But there's other, like, you don't have to go wide with your house, you can go up, you can have a 2-story, like, there's,
Yeah, but then you're probably increasing cost, I would assume.
it's actually cheaper to go up than
Well,
it is, because you have less roof, less, footprint with your foundation, it's easier to go up.
I guess you will have to voice those concerns at the board level when we do these. This is really a courtesy to you as an ordinance committee, as dealing with ordinances, because this is something the plan commission,
Recommended directly to the board.
To the board,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So,
Jen, is there a public hearing since it is an ordinance change? No? I mean, is that a thing usually, if there's an ordinance change, it's a public hearing or no?
for something like this, no, we haven't ever done zoning, I mean,
it's been so long since I've done one, I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't remember exactly. I do know that it has to be published for 30 days before it goes into effect. I do remember that part. If we have to have a public hearing, we have to have a public hearing, it's not
I'm
a big
asking,
deal, it's
I'll
a
look it up, but-
recommendation.
we'll look, if we have to, we have to.
Okay, so that what they want to do then, correct me if I'm wrong here, is change the setback to 10 feet instead of 25 feet?
Side,
And then
Side
the
yard.
Side yard, not less than 10 feet
Only the side yard.
on the side, nor less than 25 feet total on both side yards. Well, if it's already 10 feet, why are we changing it?
Because what they
Not
wanna
less
do is
than,
10 feet and 10 feet, right now it has to be 25 combined, so you could do 10 feet and 15 feet, then if you did 10 foot on
Oh, so
one
you wanna
side,
make it mandatory 10 feet on each side. Okay,
So
now I
what
get it, thank
they
you.
can be
not
5 foot
mandatory,
closer.
not less than
Not less than.
10
So-
feet on either side.
Right
And that
now,
was
if you're,
perfect.
if you're 10 feet on one side, you would have to be at least 15 feet on the other side. Now you can be 10 feet on one side and 10 feet on the other side. So it just, it moves, you could potentially move houses 5 foot closer in 2 directions, depending on where they're placed on each
Where
other.
they're placed on each other. Okay, thank you. Okay, my other question, then it probably has nothing to do with any of this. This is only for dwelling, for homes itself, right? Okay, because I was gonna say with the garage zoning, it was only had to be 4 feet off the side and 3 feet off the back. So that wouldn't pertain to this. Okay. So there's really nothing we need to do with this then, just because they've already moved it to the board, it's just to make us aware of the changes.
We'll double check that, we don't have to have a public hearing. but- And the other one, it should be, number 7.
Yeah, not
I,
other yards.
yeah, I added, I didn't like where that would have been, so I added a number 7 onto the one, 160 and 161 for the dwelling side.
Yeah, you don't have 160 on here, you have 161 and 162 for the dwelling side. I don't know if 160 is different for that.
161 and 162.
Well, I've got 160, it ends at yards, and then I added number 7.
Yes,
Dwelling.
that's what she meant to do,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep. And then 161 would be adding
Seven.
number 7 here, which would be the dwelling size, right?
And then they also wanted it
Oh,
in
here.
162, which
162.
you don't. Oh. You didn't put 160 on?
I don't think your thing said 160.
Mine says 160 to 161. It did not include 162.
Yep, it does. It says 160 and 161.
My papers do?
Yeah.
That's
so
that's an error, it's supposed to be 160 through 162, all three sections.
Okay.
162.
That's
I'll
a
have to
printing
change that.
error.
No,
So it's gonna be all 3 zonings, 1, 2, and 3. RS 1, 2, and 3.
Sorry about that.
Okay. And that was just informative for us, so there's no need for us to make a motion or go forward with anything on that. Okay. Other than that, we've covered everything. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
We didn't vote onto the turn.
Oh, that's right. I knew there was something else I was waiting for.
I got no seat, I guess. Sit back here.
yeah, you know, right there.
I got myself all confused here.
Yeah.
Just
No, I'm not.
look at it. You don't like my chair? So you don't like this chair?
King in.
I would need 3 switches.
Because it's just easier to talk.
Thank you.
No.
I just wanted.
I don't,
I
I
have one.
I don't know what our one thing is, I think it's the shooting the board. That's my personal. Yes, but, you know, I just.
Anybody knock up there?
Was Eric gonna be something else?
Hmm?
Was Eric gonna be here?
He was gonna try to be here by 5:30.
Yeah, start getting thrown around.
Yeah, she wanted to interact. Because I didn't think that was that. I was gonna take him to the
I don't know what this is. I don't know what any of this is.
I got one of Elkhorn.
You got yours this morning?
Thank you. Thank you.
You did a good job.
Were you
Yeah,
hanging
I
out?
did
Did you
text
have a
you.
gift? Did we have a gift meeting?
Well, you didn't mind?
Oh, I did?
You were talking about it. Man and a half.
Oh, you think that was a great success.
Funky looking things.
Isn't that Oak's
Call
daughter?
this meeting to order
No, okay,
at 35. This is a meeting of the Public Utility Committee. Purpose of the meeting is a monthly meeting of the committee for discussion of possible action to forward to the board agenda any of the following items. First one, everybody just loves to hear, is a PSC mandatory full rate increase. Jamie, can you speak on that?
Well, the last couple of years on the PSC reports for the water utility, of course, we've, our profit's not high, it's not up, it's not where they would like it. In fact, we're actually over expending for cost overruns. It's not unusual for the utility, the water, to support the wastewater side. And we're kind of in a transition right now because we're still constructing it and we haven't closed out the loans and stuff, so. So PSC wants a full rate case filed.
Any idea when they want this? Are they gonna do a study and let us know, or are they just?
That's the start of it, yep, so I have to file the application for them to start their investigation, as they call it. The investigation then will help them determine and guide us, give us guidance of what to do to improve the financial situation of the utility. And that may be a rate increase, likely will be a rate increase. What that rate will be at, it's up to them.
Over the last, what, 6 years, we've probably done a simple increase every year.
We did
Pretty
two
much.
the last 2 years in a row. We had not done one 4 years prior to that. Yeah,
Just
it
seems like
had
we
been a
did.
while. I know, time goes by really fast. And unfortunately, those were not enough to get us,
Over the hump.
yeah,
Cause the last
that's,
one was
was
like,
my hope.
we had one that was, what,
8%, yeah, that was amazing year, that the simple rate was at 8%. That gave us a really good jump, but
And then last
not
one was
enough.
what, 4 or 5?
almost 4%.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 4.5%.
So, just an FYI that it's coming, so. There's
But we
nothing-
don't know how much.
No, and there's
No,
nothing we
they'll
can do
tell
because
us.
it's all regulated by the PSC, so. And if you look at the other communities in the area, Darien, Clinton, Delavan, Elkhorn, they've all had significant rate increases of 50-some%. So hopefully PSC gives us a little less than that. So,
That's my hope.
yeah.
That's my hope. So I have a young gal that works with a community action agency. It's free of charge, and she will work with me in going through that whole application process, which is good. It'll be about 90 days of investigative work. So she'll help walk me through with that.
Next thing on the agenda, sewer plant project update. Mr. Taylor.
We're, I believe, on schedule, if not ahead of schedule. We kinda had a bomb dropped on us today. We solidified our thoughts, and that's the USDA is furloughed, so, we're gonna try to figure out what that does for us and what that means for us, but that's where we get our funding, so, the gentleman that we have contact with, it says on his voicemail, so we've been trying to get a hold of him, and that's what solidified it for us today as I tried calling him. But otherwise, yeah, things are going good. Happy with the contractor and happy with Cedar. It's good. It's good. We've got all the buildings are up and starting to look like a plant. They're working on a clarifier right now, so we're temporary clarifier, so the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be back online with our clarifier, so it'll be less hands-off for us. Yeah. So far, so good.
Okay, good. Review recommendation on the garbage and recycling RFP. We have three bids. Newenhouse Disposal Services, John Disposal Service, and our current GFL. Hopefully everybody had a chance to look them over.
I don't like House personally, and I thought that John's and GFL were very tightly the same, except one was a little more expensive. They don't have yellow garbage cans, so that might make people happy.
They're used
I
to it
went
by
down
now.
on it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because they're green and brown.
It wouldn't matter if we had no one else, cause they gotta buy their own
Right.
garbage cans again.
The biggest difference that I think I noticed between John's and GFL is that John's is allowing for a monthly bulk pickup,
Yeah, they have
Yes.
and
tires.
tires.
Household
batteries.
electronics.
You just have to
Yeah.
call, was that not the one you had to call? Sorry.
I think
That's the one we have to call.
Yeah, GFL appears to be cheap, but when you start reading into the fine print,
Hello.
like, I think you put out one TV, GFL will charge you $55. So,
You put out 2 chairs, one is free, the other's $35.
yeah.
So,
I mean, it's-
there's.
One item is one item, not however big or
Nate?
small it is.
Is here from John's, if anybody has any questions.
Come on up here, Nate.
Sorry, I
Quickly.
just can't turn it off.
I think I like the monthly bulk pickup idea, because we could get away with those 3 times a year bulk pickups. Get away without doing them.
And it's,
Right.
the price was not different at all.
Yeah.
It's gonna notice
Bulk is usually the biggest differentiator in our contracts. So, I mean, we do, a lot of people around you, the majority of them have a bulk program. With ours, you can call in or email in, so our office monitors the email constantly to schedule a pickup, and then usually once you call one time, each call takes about a minute. So it's not a huge inconvenience, and we would make bulk picks for you guys. I mean, probably we'd have a truck doing it twice a month. So all this, now it's like you're not waiting. Usually when you call up, say, all right, the next time we'll be in town is Thursday. Does that work for you? Put it out the night before. And, you know, if you call us for the bulk, they'll say it's roughly 5 minutes of loading or a pickup's truck's worth of material. You know, so it's, we've never liked the 1 item or 3 items, because in so many situations it doesn't work for people, and then how much for that additional item, and now all of a sudden you're pulling out your credit card. You know, so the bulk is a lot of it. But GFL's not here, so I will share. I mean, our cards look a lot better. It's just, you go through any of our communities, you see them.
I like the green.
I don't know, I got those to match.
I don't really care what color it is, cause it all smells the same.
Exactly.
I just want my garbage picked up.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
don't care what color it is.
I did see in the contract that you offer for handicap and elders, smaller totes and walk-up service, or what was that what it was called, for some of those?
We do, yeah.
That was really appealing to me, because I did, excuse me, I did have a couple of elder ladies that said that they couldn't get them to the roads, even when they didn't have much garbage in them, so.
I think we're the only ones that are doing, we do no-cost cart exchanges, and we have a half size, which is a 48-gallon cart for, you know, garbage and or recycling. Some people just want one or the other. And we do doorway service or walk-up service. I don't push it because it's the most abused service that we offer, you know, so that someone passes away or moves out of the house, and then all of a sudden no one tells us, and for the next 2 years, my driver's walking up and down the driveway. But, you know, on behalf of our team, the drivers are happy to do it for the people that need it. You know, the village would have some part in helping us manage that.
Yeah, I was
Absolutely,
gonna say, you guys
absolutely,
And
we would
we-
do that,
track of that.
absolutely.
We've got a form that you send out. It's pretty straightforward. But
Well,
yes,
In your other communities, are you doing recycle every week or every other week? Majority of them.
the majority is still every other. I would say weekly is the number one trend in our industry. And the big reason for that, you know, it depends on your family, you know, needs and purchasing habits. But frankly, Amazon caused a massive disruption in our industry. I mean, not to point one finger, it's everybody, but it's a lot of it's Amazon, and you get something in a cardboard box that's shipped in a cardboard box, and sometimes there's another one. And so just the volume goes up, you know, and it's honestly, I don't know how you bill here, but I look at it, so I go, all right, it's $2.20 a month difference. It's a pretty nominal cost to even just not have to think about what week you gotta put your card at the
I prefer
curb.
every week, just especially in summer, you have more stuff.
But if you don't wanna do that and only a percentage of people need it, you can get an extra card from us. So there's, you know, it's $8 a month, I think, for another recycle card. So sometimes it's like, we do the whole village, you get a little bit of the better value on the economy of scale. But if just a couple of people need it.
On here, you have the prices, for the garbage cart and recycling cart. Then do you bill them for the service also?
No, that's includes, that's it.
Okay,
So, and we keep the village out of it. So it used to be that municipality would have to keep track
Yeah.
of who has a second recycler, and it's like, it's just kind of silly. So if people want them, they call us, and generally we'll take payment for a year, typically is what we're gonna do. So if you get an extra garbage cart, it's $120, but that includes the cart, 52 extra pickups on that cart, and the landfill that's associated with it.
Okay, so that's available at an extra cost to them directly from you.
Completely outside the contract, yep.
Perfect.
I do think we might have a couple of residents anyway that might take advantage of that. I mean, one guy's got, what, 6 or 8 kids or something like that, you know?
Believe it or not, it's, you know, when I think of, you know, I've run the numbers for our company, and it's less than 1%. So a lot of times, you know, in a meeting, people will say they feel really strongly about it. I don't want to pay the fee, and you're punishing me for having a big family. It's like, no, it's just that our contract works on the law of averages, and, you know, you have to make a general assumption on how much people will put out. But I don't think very many people would get a second card.
Yeah, I agree.
And then, let's see,
No fees.
no fees.
That's what I was trying to drive home. I mean, it's all in there. So that's your landfill, recycling goes up or down, we eat that, you know, risk. There's no fuel surcharge.
That's
Surcharge.
Yep.
that is,
I'm banking on it staying low right now, but it's been fair.
I hope so too.
It's been somewhat favorable. Yeah, and, you know, the last one I'll leave you with is, I mean, we're family owned and operated too. You know, we haven't, we've stayed, you know, well, we've been in Walworth County for 30 years, you know, but people don't know our brand quite as well here. And it's, you know, I think the Neuenhuis family did a great job for a lot of years. When they sold, we felt a pretty strong need to give people a family, you know, option for garbage hauling. John was my grandfather-in-law. My wife's family owns the business. I manage all of our contracts. So, I mean, if we typically give out my contact information directly to a resident, but, you know, staff and elected officials won't be able to get a hold of me.
What, I didn't read on commercial for, cause the others have a maximum size or per dwelling unit, I'm sorry, of 3 units in it. Over that's considered commercial.
Typically 1 to 4 families are residential.
Okay,
We have some contracts that include, you know, apartment buildings and that. I would encourage you not to get involved in that. That's not what I pricing. Usually they need a commercial level of service that's a little bit different. But anything that's 1 to 4 family, by default is considered a part of the contract. And then if you're 5 units or more on one tax parcel, then you would be a commercial multifamily.
And then just a regular business.
Correct. And they can call, then people can call whoever they want, so if you have you're also asking about a business? Yep, so commercial typically not included in a municipal contract.
Right.
So sometimes, so like we just went through this with Fontana when we changed them over to carts last year. There were a handful of small businesses that essentially had the same amount of waste as a single family home that we would say, okay, they can get in on the contract if they want, which means they're gonna get billed through the municipality. So you might say, hey, Nate, there's a couple in the downtown area we'd like you to consider. That's fine, as long as they're the same. The issue is, you get the ice cream shop that's super busy in the summer and then they want more, and it's like, well, I need to treat you like a home. But we also offer commercial cart service. So they could have carts and be dumped by the residential truck at the same frequency and pay us directly for that service too. There's a couple ways.
I like the way that the billing right now, commercial is commercial, they deal with their own, I deal with the residential, especially, that's just my personal preference, I'm only speaking as the utility, getting into the 1 or 2 downtowns that only produce as a residential, I'm getting in the muds.
About upstairs dwellings.
Yeah, they
I
do
pay
have
for
them.
my own. I pay
Right.
GFL directly.
Right, and that's the way the utility handles it, because the
Right.
downtowns can commercially zone, even though they have residential units in
Would we-
them.
Would we
They have
still
to-
do that then with you? I mean, pay them directly?
I'm expressing as the utility that we would keep commercial separate,
Like it was.
the way that we're doing it now.
Okay.
Cause then I'm getting in the mud and I'm weeding through having to manage and take care of all of the commercial. I think that it should be their
You
responsibility.
can open a can of worms with that.
Yeah, and the same thing you said about somebody who has the walk-up door service and has it for 2 years after they've died. Same thing, or something along those lines, and I don't feel the utility should have to be responsible to monitor the usage for downtown and businesses.
Well, and then, you're gonna get involved if a commercial property changes hand to another, a different type of commercial property, they want a different level of service. And to me, it's always, you work that out with whoever your hauler is, and they're gonna figure out the billing or your needs appropriately.
Yeah.
I would encourage you guys, though, please, call our references, talk to the people that we work with. And see what you think. Thanks for your time.
Great, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
How's it going, man? Sorry, I thought I started at 6.
Did I say 6?
I thought I heard 6. Yeah, I thought when I talked to you, you said 6. I might have misheard. I was in the garbage
No,
truck
I'm
working.
sorry.
You're fine. I apologize for being late.
That's okay, so, Newman House, if you have any questions.
I read it, I don't really have the question, but I know maybe he wants to just, like, give us a view.
Yeah, go by shop.
Sure.
Go by it.
Yeah, I can talk to you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think it was.
as I'm sure you know, we service you for, I shouldn't say we, the previous company. I can tell you a story. April 7th, 1990, I lost part of my finger on Martin Street when I was in 3rd grade here. My first route that I did in Sharon was when I had my CDL. So, needless to say, I've been in this community and picking you up for a long time, right? Personally. Started off new, and so now you all have totes. I would go back to the way that it used to be, and I understand that might be an issue for maybe some residents that maybe got rid of their garbage cans, right, potentially, and maybe people like the new system with the totes. That being said, you know, there are options in order, you know, where I work with personally, residents I pick up now, you know, there's discounts that we work with Ace Hardware, you know, we're all about local, and they get discounts. And if you were to go, let's say with another competitor that had the totes, what I may suggest to you is in the future, I may get to that point. Right now, it's still the old system of, listen, you put it out, I'm gonna pick it up. You know, you all are used to, I don't need to explain to you how we did things for a lot of years and how I would continue to do so, right? I'm out on the truck, I would be picking you up along with some family members. What I would suggest is if you did stick with, or if you wanted to stick with the totes, you may want to look into where the village purchased them on their own to another, you know, so you're not using, you know, it would be Village of Sharon. So all the residents would actually, the village may buy them, right? So if you ever were to switch in the future, let's say whether it be, it doesn't matter, Waste Management, John's, GFL, whoever, you have the freedom to go with who you would like and not have to think, okay, now the residents got to put them out, we have to get rid of these totes, now we got to get the new ones in there. Each homeowner would own them. You know, and there's an avenue in which you can go down that route. I'm just simply saying you may not choose me because I'm sure the price is a little bit higher than going back to where people are either used to it or maybe they got rid of their garbage cans. But if I were to get to that point, that's an option for you to then give yourself the freedom, right, to choose whoever you would like and never have to worry about, like, well, when are they going to drop off the totes? When are they going to get rid of the totes? The homeowners would actually, you know, own them and go through the village for that. Just throwing it out there as an option, if you were to, because of that system, right? But I'd be glad to take the opportunity to serve you, you know, if you wanted to go back to the way with the manual system. Now I would go to Tuesdays, so I pick up Sharon and Darien Township right now. On Fridays, I'm moving that to Tuesdays as I'm growing very rapidly. And so it would be Tuesday pickups for me and Sharon. I mean, I'm already picking up a handful of commercials here, and in the Sharon Township, I probably have 30 dumpsters that I'm picking up on a regular basis. You know, I pick up Exacto and a number of places in Sharon. So, as you know, I'm very, very familiar with this area. So, I'm more than happy to answer any questions, but those are just some of my thoughts. And, you know, I would hope that you know that it is a new company, but with a familiar name. Any questions?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Apologize for being late. I got it messed up.
You're fine.
You're just in time.
Great.
Anybody got any questions on the costs and
Nate? When would your pickup day be in Sharon?
Thursdays, right?
Probably Thursdays.
Thursdays?
Isn't that what GFL said
And
too?
GFL was gonna go to Thursdays
Thursdays
also.
too.
Oh.
That itself is gonna be a real treat.
Don't be such a
Switching from
curmudgeon.
Thursday to Friday
Oh, I
is
know.
gonna be a real treat.
You can't please everybody, you're always gonna have some naysayer out there. No. On the unofficial page.
Do we wanna make a recommendation to the board, or do we just hold on?
Yes, you should.
Does anybody have a recommendation, something you'd like to make?
I recommend they stick to try.
Do what?
Stick to Fridays.
I like Fridays. And then we have a fresh start.
Write it down, what she says.
I personally like
Aaron, get them? I got them.
I'm leaning towards them myself, especially on the bulk collection.
On the bulk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motion to that effect? Anybody?
I'll make a motion that we try to, forward to the board a recommendation for John's.
Second?
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded to, recommend Johns to the board for, garbage and recycling RFP for the next 5 years. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Nothing else on the agenda, next.
Thank you.
Motion we adjourn.
Let's do it.
I'll make motion.
I think we did say that.
The calendar said it.
It's okay, it came just in time.
Is there really a strong preference for Fridays?
No, it's fine.
Just at Pam's house.
Pam's the one time.
I like to fresh start on the weekend.
Just one. I have Tuesday. We can look at it. So
Well, does anybody else like have that
I don't-
preference? I mean, I don't care if it has to be Thursday, but I just like Fridays.
I don't know that we're wide open, so
My one little bag on Friday ain't gonna cut it.
I know.
Or Thursday, don't matter.
Doesn't matter which day.
So
It's not gonna make
I
no
just think if
difference.
that works for you, that works for you.
well, I'm gonna look at it. So
Okay.
normally we wait for an award and then we'll plug. If people have, so we have a couple of new ones that we're starting next year. Most of our new work is going on Friday next year.
See, I'm just helping them get a head start.
You guys are not massive, so I may have other options, so
Okay.
I'll wait.
I
When-
think GFL is in and out of here in like 2 hours. Like, I came in at
I went-
7:15
I
the
went
other
to
morning and it's just
Tuesdays are
lined up.
Friday,
and I was-
Tuesday
I don't
night.
think it's
What time?
They're
At
here-
7.
They're here till like 6 at night.
Tuesday, not Monday.
On Fridays?
Those guys drive around the
But it's
It's
better
like,
than.
Yeah. Not
Do
doing
they
it.
really? I don't see
Who's
them.
that?
I don't see
They
them.
drive by my place about 10
I
times.
feel like
Who's that?
weekends.
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know though, if you call them, I know they only missed me once. She
Or
told
we-
me from now
yeah,
on, if
because-
you're not picked up by 10 a.m., let us know, because then we can still pick you up. But if you
But
wait
it
till
don't-
And
afternoon,
then they,
you'll have a lot of time
they
to
dump
think.
their truck and then they drive down the road and everything flies out.
It goes in your yard.
On their way home.
It's fine.
I'm
I like
okay.
Fridays, but I'm okay.
If possible, I give 2 options, but normally,
I just take my garbage
it's
up
like,
to your house.
we'll see and we'll let you
I
know.
just like, cause if it goes on Friday, you can have a fresh start on the weekend.
Right,
And if you're gone for
exactly.
the weekend or something, you don't have, that's less garbage you have.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll share about the carts and owning your own carts is I think you want to know part of that. And I would say look around at the.
Well, I don't think the village will.
It's just, it's
No.
incredibly
We would not
expensive, and then
consider
you're gonna maintain them for life, and it's a nightmare, so.
It'd be like the the
And where you
recycling
gonna
bins
store
that we
'em?
used to
Yeah,
have. I need a new
recycle bins,
recycling
remember?
bin, it's broken, it's
Yeah.
this, it's that.
Yeah, we're not so proud that we need our name on the garbage.
I think I took all mine out already, my recycling bin.
All right, I'll be here Tuesday if other
Okay.
questions come up, but.
Okay, very good.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you.
Yeah, just call him, because one of his guys works for me. Well, November's 3 weeks away. I said, okay. I'll see him tonight, you know it that way.
Dawn,
Yeah, it is.
how much are we
Major
paying
work,
now
Yeah.
for
But-
garbage?
You gotta get-
It's almost
Yeah,
$14
for winter.
Oh, it's 14 now?
right now, yeah. GFL, it would go up to $18.
Okay. I was just wondering, I was like, what do we,
Yeah,
okay, thank you.
Was
Yeah,
bad,
and-
and most of the time I don't
Yeah,
even
you'll
put
take
it in
everything
recycle.
but the-
I put it in recycle. And I only put out one little bag every week.
So the back,
And
well, in the
I
back.
put it in this great big can.
You wheel it out.
For them.
Oh, yes.
well, I'm excited about it.
You should've just put
Yeah,
your name
you
it's
know.
'cause you looked at it
Let them
and
wheel it
you-
out.
Where's your chair?
I mean, I don't
Uh,
hardly ever.
I know.
It would be nice to know if you do have somebody, you wouldn't have to wait for 5 months to pick up one of those.
And then I don't care. Save us some money.